Okay, we back for another one, baby. We are back for another one. If you have missed it, honey, this is We Shine Media Spotlight, and we are doing the entire Becoming Her series. So come on in, make sure you like the broadcast, share it to your page, share it to some friends, because if you know anything, we are all in a journey to becoming who we are supposed to be. And it doesn't stop. Just because you hit a level doesn't mean you stop there. You keep going and going, just like a Duracell battery, baby. You keep going and going because every level requires you to be somebody newer and better to achieve that next thing that God has for you, right? So whether it's becoming her, whether it's becoming him, we are becoming together. And so I've had the distinct pleasure with this anthology of 25 other ladies to interview each one of them. So every night, Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, you're going to see a brand new author from now for the next 5 weeks. So, baby, yes, we have put it out there for 5 weeks. We are showing out, showing up, and we are bringing it to you real, raw, and unfiltered. And so I hope you're ready because if you're not ready, you need to get ready. Go ahead and set your alarm. Go ahead and tell the people I need to get off work. Go ahead and tell the people that listen, if we're going out to eat, let's make it 8 o'clock after because I've got to watch this show, right? Because Monday night I had Crystal Worsley. Last night I had Tammy Hill Thomas, but tonight, baby, you best believe I got a treat for you. I have none other than my friend, honey, and I was getting ready to say the bag lady, but y'all ain't ready for that because y'all don't know what that is. So I'm gonna let her tell you, but I'm gonna bring on to the virtual stage none other than Miss Cynthia Lewis.
Hello,
Cynthia,
hello, hello.
how are you?
I am great. I'm still on a high.
Still on a high. That's what I'm talking about. I love it when people love what they're doing, you know, who they are um, connected to and who they're becoming. And so started out kind of slow and give you a chance to work up to everything because you're a superstar now. You got on the stage and worked the runway and did all that. So to be acting shy, I know this is a different venue a little bit, so it's okay. We're gonna walk it on up until you're ready to, drop it like it's hot, like you've been this weekend. But let's talk about the book first. Becoming, her unshakable, unbreakable, unstoppable. What does it mean to you?
Whew. At this point, it means a lot of things. Let me start off with this. Um, at the event, they had us do, or Terry had us do, write down on the paper. She asked us a question and we answered the question and we threw it away. Well, one of the things that I wrote down was fear. And I wanted to start off with that.
Okay.
Fear because of um, being embarrassed, fear of not able to have a conversation or say the things right, fear of what are people going to say, fear of even just doing this platform here. So I have accomplished that. I have accomplished a couple of things.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Fear of I don't care what people say.
Come on.
No more fear. You are out there now. You are becoming her. And what that mean is right now is nothing can stop me right now. No matter what it is, no matter how I think, no matter who it is, it can't stop me now. I'm unshakable right now because God, for what God has brought me through, I'm unshakable. I can no longer be broken. No matter who or what it is, I can't be broken any longer. So I'm unbreakable right now. Unstoppable, I'm still working on that because I'm seeing how far God's going to take me on this.
Well, listen, the beautiful thing is you've already tapped into the fear part and knowing that just about for everybody, there's some level of fear in something. And even though
Yes.
as Christians, or believers, we know that the word says, God didn't give us the spirit of fear,
Spirit of
but
fear.
society and the world
Yes.
dug into that and made us feel like, oh, girl, everybody's going to be fearful about something. But the reality is, even when you experience fear, you don't have to let it keep you stagnant. You don't
Right.
have to let it keep you right there. You
Exactly.
experience it and then move through it so that you know that I'm either going to be fearful staying here or I'm going to be fearful moving. But what I do know is once I get to moving, like Crystal said on Monday, it's the
Yes.
action that
Yes.
helps you with the fear.
Exactly. Exactly. So I'm moving through it. I move upon it and I'm there.
Yay! I love it. I love it because when I first talked to Cynthia, y'all know she was just like, go ahead on with that because I'm not going to do it, right? But as they say, but God.
But God.
Made you change your mind about becoming part of the anthology?
Uh when you had approached me about it through a phone call, per phone call, um, and you asked me, it's like, Cynthia, what I'd like to have you included on this project. And you started explaining to me, and I was like, no, Angela, no, I cannot do that. I am not that type of woman. I can't, um, I didn't associate myself as being a top woman like all of you, the profession, the the way you talk, the way you act, though it was so many can'ts in my vocabulary then till
Mm-hmm.
it was like, no, I can't. So your last words were to me, pray about it.
Uh-huh.
I said, okay. And I left it at that. I was like, okay, yeah, right. Me, write a book, read, being involved in, no, that's not going to happen. So, I went to bed that night, didn't think nothing about it. Woke up the next morning and it kind of came to mind. I was like, no, mm-mm. That night, I had to call you back and say, Angela, I will do it. I had already had, I think, like maybe the first couple of paragraphs already written. God had me sit down at my computer and type it up already.
Wow.
And as it progressed, each night I was typing something. And by the end of the week, I was pretty much done with it. I was just holding on to it, reading over. It's like to be sure my words were right, to be sure that I'm saying it right, to be sure that I wasn't embarrassing me. So
Mhm.
that's how it started.
And I love that, you said your first thought was no, because the reality is for a lot of people, we say no to things without even taking the time to think about it because we don't. I was listening to a podcast and the person was saying that you can never go any further than where you see yourself.
That is so true. That is
So
so
for
true
you
because
saying, I
yeah,
didn't see myself as talking like you all talk
no,
and doing the things that you all do. So you had already counted yourself out
I
of
did.
opportunities and different things. But my thing with that is, Cynthia Lewis, even though you say I'm not y'all, I don't do what you do, but on the other side, you are a server. You serve, you're with a group of women who go out here and help other people. So what about you're saying I don't do what y'all do, but what if somebody's telling you, girl, how do you do that? You're serving and you're helping and you're putting together events and you're out here doing what you do, and they feel the exact same way that you feel.
I'm in the background. I'm not up front. I'm in the cut. I'm in the background, observing, listening, and just looking. That was the difference.
But the same thing, Cynthia, like Crystal just said, we have to see ourselves as God sees us.
Exactly.
And the reality is, even in, because as quiet as it's kept, and she said, do what you do, which is so powerful, because as quiet as it's kept, my natural tendency would be to push everybody else out there and do what they do, and I'm good. I don't never have to be seen. I don't have to have my name mentioned. I don't have to have anything. I can sit back
Exactly.
and be good.
Exactly.
But the reality is, in doing that, it always happens to be, you got to know that the skills God gave you to running in the background, that's the same thing somebody else is doing out front. They're just being seen more, but you're still pulling it together. You still have the words to talk to somebody else to help them to come along and join you in what you do. So you're
Right.
there.
You
You're just
don't see
sincere.
that part. You don't put those pieces together.
Right.
And that's what I wasn't putting together, because yes, I was out there doing that, but like I'm doing it quietly. Not that I say that I'm loud or anything, but I was doing it quietly, and I was doing it just, because this is what I like to do. I like to help people. I enjoy helping other people. I give you the shirt off my back if you want, but I never put them together, put those two together. Like, you're already doing it.
You're already doing it.
It was like the same thing with, we haven't got to that part yet, but my skit. I started that skit in Vision Powerhouse with the group of my friends. We all got together because we were concerned about abusive women and domestic problems, and so we would find shelters for them and find food for families, especially when we went through. I'm sorry, when we went through COVID. That was like, wow. We had baskets, we had boxes, and we did that. But during that time, when we had our first event, is when I did the skit. And that was just the start of it. I had the full mask on, where my girlfriends had on the half mask. So that was just one piece.
Right.
And now it has evolved.
It has evolved and morphed into, honey, a whole production. When I tell you all that, and this is the thing, because Crystal said you're already doing it. The thing about it is, you started with one thing, and the more that you started, the more that you did it, the more you saw could be added to it. To where, and I'm just going to be honest with y'all, we didn't come to Cynthia and say, hey, Cynthia, can you do the bag lady thing for us? Cynthia said, this is something that I do, and I would love to bring it to
Absolutely.
becoming her.
Absolutely.
That right there says it all, because for somebody who's used to being behind the scenes, you recognize that this is something that will help women who may also feel like they're not worthy, or they don't want to be seen, or they just want to be hidden, to understand that a lot of times we keep mask on our face. We
Yes.
keep ourselves, our true selves, our authentic selves hidden, because we don't know what the reception is going to be.
Absolutely.
That skit was powerful. I'm telling you, people still today are saying how much they enjoyed what you did.
And
And
let me also add, Angela, even with that skit, that was powerful for me to even get out there on that stage. And I look at it now and I tear up, because I said, is that me? Are you sure? My daughter even came up to me after the event. She hugged me. Everybody, gave me the hug and said, you did awesome. It helped me a lot. I need to do some of the things that you did. My daughter said, Mom, I didn't know that you could do that. I said, baby, Mommy didn't know I could do it either, but it was but God. And it's been but God ever since. Since February, it's been but God, with you being the quiet pusher that you are. You see something in somebody and you just let them know quietly. And it's still, you left it a decision up to that person or to me, whether to make that decision or not. Had I not made that decision, I don't know. I can't even think what would have happened. Because even with when I did it the first time, so many people came up to me and said I was going home to just commit suicide. I testified in a church that I used to go to, that I was getting ready to commit suicide.
wow.
So a couple of people came up after that. It's like, I'm going home to do just that. You stopped me. So I never knew that this was in me. It is, I'm evolving, and it's powerful for me to even come out like that.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm looking at, and I love that our, fellow co-authors and sisters, they are on here supporting you, and everybody's echoing, but God. And that right there, I want people to put a pin there, because when in doubt, but God.
but God.
When in fear, but
But
God. When in chaos and confusion, but God.
yes.
When in toxic relationships or dysfunction, but God. When you're unsure, but God. You got to trust that God is going to get you from where you are to where you're supposed to be.
Yes.
If you trust him, but you got to trust him. You got to, yes, come on, Doris said, but God. I mean, everybody should have a but God in their vocabulary, because there are things that we have no idea why how we going to, people say, how did you do that? I don't know. It was but God.
Oh, no.
I can't even tell you. Someone said, oh, repeat it. I don't know what I said, because that was God speaking through me. That was God
Absolutely.
helping me through this skit that you did. And like Crystal said, continue to allow God to lead you. When you release and say, God, have your way.
That's it. That's it. And ever since, that's all I've been saying. God, whatever you have prepared for me, just prepare me. Just get
Mm.
me ready. That's all I ask. Just get me ready, because I don't know, with all of this, I don't know where it's going to take me. I don't know. Again, but God, and prepare me.
And
Prepare
prepare
me
me.
to do your will, because I don't want it to do Cynthia's will, because it won't warrant anything, and it won't help any woman, to go down that path, to that darkness, to that hole, or whatever, however they feel. I just don't want women to feel like that.
And you know what? I love that, the compassion that you have for other people, because you said people came and said, I was about to take my life. And so you're a vessel that God uses. And even when you don't feel like, why would somebody listen to me? You don't realize the power that's inside of you because of your journey. Like Crystal said, empower us for the journey, God.
Yes.
Because when we go about and talk, and I'm just gonna like I did everybody else's, first let me start off by saying the name of Cynthia's chapter is From Divorce to Healing to Me Finding My Joy. So from divorce to healing to me finding my joy. Doris said, you just finished listening to the message about preparation. Yes, when God prepares you, it makes you unshakable. It makes you unbreakable. It makes you unstoppable, because nobody can stop. Who is big enough to stop God?
Nobody.
Nobody. So if the God in you prepares you to go forth and do his will, nobody can stop that.
That's right.
Nobody can put a banana in the tailpipe and cause it to, malfunction.
No.
They can't do that. And so when you know that God is on your side and that you are in alignment with what he's called you to do, that's where we become unshakable. That's where we become unbreakable and unstoppable. So from divorce, let's start there, Cynthia, because there are so many people who have been in relationships, married and divorced, or even in relationships that just didn't work out. And they still had the same kind of disconnection from who they were going in to who they were coming out. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Um, okay, so being divorced for 31 years, of course, it hurts. You still in love with the person, a host of things happen. You lose yourself, you've lost yourself, you got to find yourself. You no matter what you're going through, it's still you. And when you don't trust, when you don't believe, then when you don't, you say all of these can'ts, you looking at yourself, and I can't do this. I can't do that. I didn't think I could own a home by myself. I said, nobody's going to let me buy a home. Nobody's going to even, I'll just be in an apartment forever. And that will be the place that I live. So everybody goes through divorce differently. It's like a death in the family. It's a death in your heart. I had the biggest hole in my heart, and nothing could satisfy it. Drinking couldn't satisfy it. Me just being despondent didn't satisfy it. My procrastination didn't satisfy it. Nothing satisfies that hole in your heart but God. Again, but God. Like I said, everybody experiences death differently, but you have to come to some point where you help yourself.
Yeah.
And that's when I started getting into self-love and getting to know Cynthia and what does she like? Who is she? Because I'm more than a mother. I'm more than an aunt. I'm more than the titles that I wear. We wear so many different hats that you have to know yourself. You have to get to know yourself. And it's not going to take a month. It's not going to take a year. Some women may get over and say, oh, I've been through that. I'm done. I'm good. No, you're not. You think you are, but you're not. You're not good at all. You still have some healing to do. And when you go from one relationship to the next relationship, you have not healed at all. And that is the serious part. You have to learn how to heal. And if you don't learn how to heal, you're in the same situation. And you will always grasp for other things to make you happy when you're not happy with yourself.
Baby, y'all better tell Cynthia Lewis in this chat that she was nervous about coming on here. And look at the gems that you're dropping, because the reality is when you've been with someone for 31 years, who are you? Because you have blended your thoughts and your values and your life and all the things, your dreams and desires have all been meshed with somebody that you created a new life with. And y'all had children together, and you got grandchildren together, and you've got friends together, and you've got memories together. It's hard to separate that.
It's very
hard. For somebody to tell you that it was easy for them, and I'm not going to say that it's not, because different people get together for different reasons.
Exactly.
And so Crystal first said, who is she? And then she came back and said, you have to learn you without the
titles. Exactly.
That is so powerful, because for a lot of people, society determines who you are.
Yes.
By titles.
Titles, friends, money, jobs, the things that you have, house, cars. That's not happiness.
It doesn't define you
at all.
At all, because whether you are in a mansion or you're living on the streets, you're still you.
Yep. You still got to deal with you.
You still got to deal with you, whether you in your house looking in the mirror or you walk down the street and look in a pond and see your face. You are always going to be staring back at you. Exactly. Vanessa, I'm going to go back. First, I'm going to catch this one. Vanessa says, Cynthia, this is so true. Thank you for sharing this testimony. Divorce is like a death, and you go through all those stages of grief.
Yes.
And people who say that's not the case, when you know how society would say the best way to get over one person is to get under another one, right? But that doesn't allow for healing.
No, it doesn't.
That doesn't. Actually, what it does is allow you to kind of push it to the side. You know how sometimes people say, did you clean your plate? And you really didn't eat all your food, but you kind of play with it, you push it, you shove it around a little bit to make it look like you've ate something, but you really didn't eat anything. You just kind of maneuvered it around where it looked good, like you did something.
Right.
That is what moving on without actually healing. Exactly. Because we have triggers. Yep. So how did you deal with your triggers, Cynthia?
Oh my goodness. I didn't. In the beginning, I didn't. I didn't know how to.
Mm.
I didn't know what to do. I cried a lot, a lot.
Wow.
I cried a lot. I would just go home, work, and go home, and that's all I would do. I wasn't around my friends because I was embarrassed. I didn't want anybody to know. My children didn't even know till later. A lot of things. I did go to therapy. I went to therapy until I couldn't afford therapy anymore. Then I
Mm.
really had to figure out Cynthia.
Yeah.
I really had to do that. So I just had to sit down and and it took me almost 10 years to figure out
Wow.
which in the last 2 years, was not able to cry. I was not able to shed a tear
Mm.
because I cried enough.
Yeah.
And I finally had a talk with myself because I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror. I had to do my hair, just make sure that it looked right, and that was it. I couldn't look myself. Because to me, I was ugly. To me, I was not beautiful. To me, I was not worthy. I wasn't a lot of things.
Yeah.
And and that's how this skit came along, because that was how I felt. In my apartment, when I used to live in an apartment, I would put everywhere, who you are. You are beautiful. You are worthy. And that's where come from. I am beautiful.
Mm.
Gorgeous. I look in the mirror and I'm like, girl, you look good.
You look good, baby.
Good, girl.
Yes.
You got your makeup on. Come on, girl.
Go,
You
girl.
gotta talk to yourself and make yourself look good. My mom used to tell me, if nobody thinks you look good, you think you look good.
Mm. Yes.
You gotta
You
do
got
it
to
for
do it for
you and
yourself.
nobody else. Because as
Mhm.
long as you're doing it for somebody else, you're still not healing. You're not still not helping yourself. You're still not doing a lot of things that you should be doing for yourself. You give accolades to everybody else. Why not give those accolades to you?
Cynthia Lewis, you talking good tonight, baby. You are talking good. Krista said you are on the other side of ugly.
Thank you.
You have made it to the becoming of her. And in that time period, you said even 10 years. And for some people, 10 years is a long time. But in that process, God was still working on you.
Yes, he
You,
was.
you know, you was on the potter's wheel and he was still shaping and forming you and helping you. What was the defining moment, Cynthia, when you finally said enough is enough?
Oh my goodness. Enough was enough about a year and a half ago.
Mhm,
Enough was enough. I said, I have to get this, I'm gonna say, person out of
mhm,
my head.
mhm. Living
Uh,
rent free.
I had to. You can no longer control me. You can no matter if you say you did not, whatever. I can't. I can no longer do this anymore. And I live by that. I live with this voice in my head where you can't go there, you can't go here, and why you doing this and why you doing that. But in interim, I was doing everything, or thought I was doing everything that I could. Not to say that I'm the best woman, the best mother, the best wife at that
Mhm,
time. I'm
mhm.
not saying I don't have my own faults myself.
Right.
When you are up against a wall and you're walking on eggshells and you can't, and you have this block. My block was, I thought I was a dumb blonde.
Mm.
I had no air, and the only thing I had in my head was air, that I couldn't think. That's strong. When
It
you
is.
think for yourself, you second guess yourself. You don't
Mhm.
know if you're doing it right or wrong. You can't cook right. You can't this. It's just a whole lot of a history of things. So you have to. And what I did, I had to pull myself up by my bootstraps
Mhm.
and say, Cynthia, enough is enough. You get tired of your own self. They said when you're sick and tired, you get sick and tired, and you get sick and tired.
That part.
You get sick and tired, you got to do something about it. And I started doing something about it. And when I started doing something about it, I started changing. I started loving myself. I started doing the things that I wanted to do. Sometimes I don't want to go by myself. My girlfriends, they like, no, we don't want to go. I got to learn how to go and do by myself. And that's what I started doing.
But there's so much power in that, Cynthia, when you understand that I'm that girl all by myself. If you want to come with me, great. But if you don't, I'm still okay by myself. And I feel like for so many people, we feel like we've got to have a tag along. Somebody got to go. Somebody got to do this. We can't. If they don't want to go, then you let it ruin your whole time.
Exactly.
And the beauty of it is all of the things that you were saying negative against yourself, God kept showing you that it's possible.
It's possible.
When we say impossible, switch it to I'm possible. Because Kristen said dating yourself is so cool.
It is.
For one. What you say, party for one. It's okay. And I think
know what? Angela, you know what you do? And I do this. I will put my best on. I'll put me a good dress on. Yes. I'll put me some good shoes on. I'll take myself to dinner and I'll sit there and drink me some wine, have me a good meal, and say, girl, we did good today.
We did good today. And Cynthia, it's so liberating. And I hope people who are listening to this will understand that it's a process. So I'm going to go up to Vanessa's comment in the beginning. She said, I love how the title of your chapter, which is From Divorce to Healing to Me Finding My Joy. So she says, I love how the title lets you know that it is a transformation and stages to joy. God is with you on the journey. Praise God. To get to a place where you were thinking, I'm gonna be stuck here for the rest of my life because I know ain't nobody gonna help me get out. Ain't nobody gonna let me get in the house, and nobody's gonna do this, nobody's gonna do that. To we going out, we're gonna look good when we go, and we're gonna enjoy ourselves while I'm there. And when she said, Crystal, we did good today. Because the reality is when God created everything, what did he say? It is good.
It's good. It's good.
So when you can tell yourself, today was a good day.
That's right.
That's power in that. Just like in the I am. So go to the I am statements that you said to yourself. Where did they come from? What prompted you to really start speaking to yourself like that?
Sparkle. Dr. Sparkle. I always listen to the podcast. And when she started doing mirror talk, I had to have mirror talk in front of me, for me, at me. I had to do that. And when I started doing that, she prompted that. I started talking to the mirror. I started telling the mirror to tell me how I am. What things you want to do, what things you want to change. How do you want to act? How do you want to talk? So I learned to talk a little bit more in the mirror. I learned to be more confident in the mirror. So when I got around other people, it showed sometimes I was still kind of, standoffish and everything, but I was able to engage where I was never able to engage before. I can have a conversation. I can go up to somebody, and I used to do that when I was married. I used to go up to couples and say, how do y'all make it work?
Yeah.
How do you make it work? So now I approach myself, well, Cynthia, how are we going to do this today? No, let me take that back. God, how are we going to do this today? How are we going to get through this today? How are we going to make it right? How are we going to do, just whatever it is. That's when I started mirror talk. the I ams, and it continues. You are, and just like in the movie Help, when Viola told the little girl who she was, I am intelligent, I am beautiful, I am
Yes.
important.
Mm-hmm.
That's who I am.
And don't underestimate, some people may feel like it's silly, but the reality is don't knock it until you tried it. Because like Crystal said, talking in the mirror allows the words to bounce back into your spirit. That's it
Absolutely.
right there.
That's it
Because
right
what
there.
you say, and say it out loud, because when you do, your ears
Here.
hear what comes out of your mouth.
That's
And
right.
then it resonates with your spirit to where one day you look up and you say, you know what? You a bad somebody.
Bad
You
mama
got it
Taylor.
going on
Yes.
today, baby. Oh, you doing that, honey. Whatever it is positioning you to see you as God sees you.
Yes. The mirror also is a transformation, because now I didn't like to take pictures before either. Now my girlfriend's like, we got to take Cynthia's picture. You know it. Yes, I need a
Yes.
picture, because I can see the transformation. I can see when I started smiling again. I smile, my smiles are not the same. I can see my facial expressions. They're much better than what they were before. It helps you transform.
Come on. I hope people are getting what you are talking about today, because it's a lot to go from when you feel low self esteem and low self worth, and then get to a place where you can walk across a stage, get on a runway, twirl around, and talk to yourself and encourage yourself while you're encouraging others. 10 years ago, you never saw yourself doing that.
At all.
5 years
No,
ago, you never saw yourself
no,
doing that.
no.
But yes, Krista, I am a bad somebody. And not only be able to say it, but to truly believe
To
it.
truly believe it.
That's the thing. It's amazing. Absolutely. Because, like your mother said, if you don't believe in you, who will?
Who will?
If you don't speak highly of yourself, who will?
That's right.
Because what you feel, people can tell when you don't feel good about yourself. You might not say
They sure can.
anything, but
Mm-hmm.
they know that energy.
It's off.
It's all
That
over
energy
you.
is off.
You can tell somebody who just feels like, yeah, I'm just sitting over here because ain't nobody gonna call me anyway, or nobody's looking at me, or nobody wants to be
Right.
bothering me. That woe is me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you should be the best company out of anybody. The company that you have with yourself should outweigh everybody else. You and yourself should be like, baby, they ought to want to be over here with
Absolutely.
me because we having
Absolutely.
us a good time. You hear me? While putting on them white boots. Yes, I'm gonna tell somebody because I think Nicole did I think she took a video where you were, doing the skit. And
Yes.
it's such a powerful thing. And I hope people understand. But there's another part in there outside of us talking about affirmations and speaking life into yourself. You also had two chairs on the stage. Tell us about what that was about. What did that represent for you?
That was another chapter in my life. When Reverend Pat joined the podcast, and she talked about the two chairs and what she did and how it helped her. That was another part of healing. I talked to the person and told them I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to take it anymore. And told them what I was going to do and how I was going to do it. You've been cut off. I no longer have to serve you. I no longer have to do the things that you want me to do. I am my own person. I am a woman. I am valor to myself. And that's what I had to do.
Talking to the person who caused you pain. Because the reality is, Some of us may never be able to actually speak to that person
That's right.
face to face. For some people, they've moved away. Some people are dead, and you still have issues
Still
that you
carrying
need
those issues.
you're still holding on to anger or whatever it is.
Yes.
And when you can talk to the chair as if you are talking to that person.
Let it all out. Once you let it all out, you will feel so much better. And you begin to heal. That's a part of healing. Everybody heals different. But this particular thing, it helped me so much to get it all out, to get the anger out, to get how I thought about me, how I thought about them, to get it all out, to get that anger out, to get all the trash out, I would say, to get the trash out in order for me to heal even the more. Yes, releasing it. Yes.
Releasing it. And that's the beauty of becoming her, because there's so much going on that we push down and we play small and we play dumb and we play, because you really are afraid that if you show up as your authentic self, they won't like me.
They won't like me.
They don't want me. They
And
may
I'm at the
abandon
point,
me or reject me. And
yes,
those two things right there, abandonment and rejection, have caused people to miss out on so much of life.
so much. Yes. I don't care anymore.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. It has to come to a point where you say, you know what?
I don't
Your
care anymore.
opinions of me don't matter.
It don't
Take
matter.
it to God, take it to whomever. But what you think about me has nothing to do with me.
Exactly. And I just wanted to add also, up there on the stage gave me another release. It gave me another transformation, like
Mhm.
Cynthia. Girl, you done come all the way out.
All the way.
All the way.
All the
You
way.
you can't say, you can no longer say you're embarrassed. You can no longer say that you're scared. You can no longer say that you're fear for anything, because girl, you just came out. You
You
came
busted
out in
out the
front of all of them
seam.
people that you said you couldn't do. And I'm like, oh my God, this, I'm nervous. No, and I wasn't even nervous. That was the thing that got me hyped up. I was not nervous because I didn't care.
Come on, Cynthia. I love that so much. And I'm gonna tell you something. Y'all think about it. When you have something that bursts out of something, whether it's burst, whether the clothes, you bust out of the seams, or whether you got a soda and you shake it up and you take the top off and it all squirts out. Once something comes out, it's hard to get it back in. And, I mean, you take a suitcase, if you overstuff it, baby, you will be struggling trying to get it zipped up because it's already out. And once that happens, you can't go back and push it back
Can't go
together
back.
and
I
push it
can't
back
go
in.
back.
So the reality is, what you did Saturday, there's no way for you to go back and tell somebody, oh no, I can't do that. Oh no, I'm a little uncomfortable with doing that. Now that you did this interview, you can't have another interview and be like, oh yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to come out and do that. No, because you've done it now.
Exactly.
You have allowed yourself to show up and show out for you. And once you get that confidence, being on that stage, I don't care how fearful you are. Once you start doing what you do, hey, like it or not,
That's it. Exactly.
it's out
Exactly.
there. I've done it. It's out. Yes, Krista, it's out. All the way out. And unapologetically. And I hope that's what
Unapologetic.
people get. Be unapologetic about you. The thing about it is, you are who you are. There's nobody else like you. Nobody can even match your fingertips. If that's the case, it doesn't matter what they think, what they say, how they act, what they feel. None of those things truly can make you or break you, honestly, because they can't take you out.
Exactly.
They cannot do anything to change who you are if you're strong enough to not let them. Because the thing about it is, it's not them pushing a button to cause you to play small or do something. It's you allowing that to happen.
Exactly.
Because if you were the one that said, baby, go ahead on with that, It doesn't bother me. I'm not letting you live rent free in my head any longer. I'm
Mm-mm.
not letting the things that you told me when I was 25 affect me at 45.
Mm-mm. No. So from now I am 65 years old now.
Come
And
on, 65.
don't I look good?
You look great.
So, ever since the skit, it's like I cannot stop smiling. I just like you have transformed all the way, and you cannot, again, I cannot be scared. And I will show this, as you said, Angela, I will show this skit to anybody now.
Yes.
To anybody. If
To
I can
anybody.
help you, I'm going to help you.
Come on, Crystal said, I can be imitated but not duplicated, baby. Nicoria said, 65 where? That's the thing, because you know what? Cynthia and I know each other from a previous job.
So you
Vanessa
already know, Angela.
Fabulous at any age, honey. Yes. And the Cynthia Lewis, yes, she looks good. And I love when people can give you your flowers because you deserve to have that. You deserve to know that you look fabulous. You are out here doing the doggone thing. You are out here making a difference in other people's lives by showing up and performing something and talking good and letting people know that divorce is not equal to death.
No.
You may go through a period of time where you feel like, everything has been snatched from you, but at the same time, it's also planting seeds for who you are becoming.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly. And I
Okay,
love to plant those seeds right now.
plant those seeds right now. I'm going to read a little bit about your bio. Cynthia Lewis is a first time author who was born in 1961 in Roxborough, North Carolina. A proud Black woman. She carries with her a deep sense of resilience, faith, and purpose shaped by life experiences, including the loss of both her parents and her beloved godmother. At 65 years young, Cynthia embraces life with gratitude and strength. She is the proud mother of two grown children and a joyful grandmother to two grandchildren and one cherished grandpup. Family remains at the center of her world and continues to inspire her journey. Academically accomplished, did y'all get that? Academically accomplished, Cynthia holds a bachelor's degree in accounting and a master's degree in business management. Don't tell me what somebody can't do when they put their mind to doing it, right? Throughout her life and career, she has been driven by a genuine passion for helping others in any way she can, offering support, wisdom, encouragement, and practical guidance. Beyond her professional and personal commitments, Cynthia finds peace and inspiration in music. Tell us about the music, Cynthia. How does music help you in
Uh,
your
as far as gospel, I will always and continue to praise God. As long as I can praise him, I am good. As my sister said, the word good, good.
good? Yeah.
Jazz is soothing and comforting.
Uh-huh.
It takes the slowness of the music. I like every part of jazz, but I like it when it's smooth jazz.
Yes.
It is just sit back and you can just think. You can surround yourself with just all of your thoughts and just
Mm-hmm.
relax in it. Um,
I
just
love that.
it is relaxing. It's
It,
relaxing.
it is very much so. And I recently, Cynthia, it's a certain type of jazz, honestly, that I like. Like maybe if they used to do a jazz version of a song that I know, right?
Mhm,
So
mhm.
my husband listens to jazz all the time. He's riding and listening to jazz. So one day I happened to go on to YouTube and tapped into a jazz, smooth jazz, like R&B jazz, right?
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
played that while I was actually editing chapters and things. And when I tell you the creativity and the thoughts and the flow was so good to me that now I want to have it on all the time because I would just be in silence because I'm like, if I play regular music, I'm
Right.
gonna be singing, I'm gonna be off track. But it's
Right.
something about that jazz that settles things for you. And
Yes.
it's so smooth that before you know it, you accomplishing things, your thoughts kind of get in alignment, and you're able to kind of put some things together. Don't underestimate the power of some good jazz, y'all. You better go in and check it out. I'm telling you,
Yes.
it can bless
Yes.
you for real.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
Yes.
Cynthia, let me ask you this, because not only, we talked about the bag lady performance, we talked about, you coming through from divorce to healing to finding your joy. Now that you are in the space that you're in, cooking has also become a good joy of yours, right?
Yes. Yes.
Baby, the best guacamole you will ever put in your mouth, baby, better than any Mexican restaurant I've ever been to. Cynthia Lewis can do some doggone guacamole, baby. I'm telling y'all, you better get it.
So how guacamole came up? I love avocados anyway. So I just started messing around in the kitchen with making guacamole, and it turned out really good. So, while at a previous job we would work together, I would, make the guacamole just to make it to, see how everybody's reaction was.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? This is good. You should sell
Mhm.
it. Look,
Good.
well, LaShawn said, you should sell this. I was like, no, ain't nobody gonna buy this. I'm still in that kind of mood, right?
Uh-huh.
And so I did. I started jarring it up and selling, and it was selling. I was like, oh,
Vanessa said the guacamole queen, baby. I'm telling y'all that this is the best guacamole I've ever had. Now, I've bought several jars, baby. Need to put me an order in now so I can pick up for this weekend. When I tell you that guacamole is so good, to be honest with you, you don't need chip. You can just take a spoon, baby, and just eat it. It's that good.
girl, and just to put a plug in for me, you can put it on hot dogs, hamburgers. You can put it on eggs. You can put it on sweet potatoes. You can put it on anything you want to put it on. Some
Whatever.
toast, whatever you can put it on. But as far as my other cooking, I have trying new dishes. It's like I cook so much, I have to give it to my neighbors because I've cooked
Okay,
so much.
they
I can't
love
eat
you.
it
They talk
all.
about what Cynthia cook today, baby. Go on over there and see if she done fix something so we ain't got to stop.
And it's like
Yes.
I have been really enjoying cooking now. I cook, and it's like I cook, like fried chicken and stuff like that. No,
Oh
I
man, she eats healthy
other
now.
stuff.
She's healthy, trust and believe. Look, when I was like, girl, give me a Coke. Matter of fact, give me two. Cynthia was like, let's see, I'm gonna need you to do better. Cynthia has always, as long as I've known her, eating well. You know what I'm saying? Like good, healthy for you. Cynthia gets out here and walk. I know her, Regina. She participated in some of the 3K and 5K walks and runs. Cynthia has climbed up the mountain. I'm telling you, when I say that Cynthia Lewis has found herself, oh baby, she has found herself. And I know we're getting close to wrapping it up. So Cynthia, I'm gonna give you an opportunity, like I gave Crystal. I can give it to Tammy because baby, we went on over.
Yeah.
But for you, Cynthia, I'm gonna give you the spotlight. But I want you to speak from your heart, whatever it is that you want people to know, or whatever it is that you feel like they should get out of becoming her and about your chapter in the book. I want to go ahead and give you an opportunity to do that.
Okay. What I want people, once they start reading my chapter, I want people to let them know they are not alone. No matter what you are going through, you are not alone. You have family, you have friends, you have God should be your first contact. But I just want to let people know and get them to be blessed. You're not alone. You can't go through this alone. Even though we try, we do our best, we do whatever we can to get through it. You need people with you, and you're not alone. Reach out to someone, reach out to a family member, reach out to a therapist, reach out to someone to get help. You're not alone. Your heart may be broken, but you're not alone. You may be going through all this chaos in your head, in your mind, and in your body. You're not alone. Hey, take someone with you. Talk to someone. Lead yourself to someone. And I can't not say it enough. You're not alone. Keep yourself busy, keep your mind occupied. You're not alone. You have to get a program to get into. Get a good book to read. Start your self journey. Start journaling, and you write down all your thoughts. And then when you look back within a few years, you can see how you have grown and where you're going to, and what positive you can bring on your life, to bring on your heart, and how to make somebody else happy, and how to enjoy life for you, because life right now is too short. It is too short to live alone. It is too short to think you're alone. It is too short to diss yourself. Get your children, if you have children, talk to them. They may be young, but there's some way that you can talk to them. I talk to my children now, I do, because they weren't talking to me before. But we have a great relationship right now. I love my children. I love my grandchildren, and I love my grandpup. It makes the world go round. We need each other. Reach out to us. You can reach out to the Becoming Her authors. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to Angela, anyone that will help you, because you're not alone. We can't climb this mountain by ourselves. We can't do the things that we need to do by ourselves. We need positive women, positive people in our focus. We need to focus on that. Positive people in our life. Once you get those positive people and those negative people out, your life will be so much better. Continue to journey in this chapter for you. Make it better for you and no one else, because you have to learn how to look in the mirror and look at yourself. God bless you.
Oh, come on, because you are not alone. I told you, honey. Krista said, yes, we got you. Reach out, because I'm telling you, as we are talking about becoming her, it's not just the 26 of us. It is for every woman. And again, I can't say it enough, for every man. If you are tired of where you are in your life, get around some people who are going to celebrate you, not just tolerate you, but celebrate who you are, and will encourage you to continue to get better and better. And Sparkle said her grandmother used to say, gooder and
And
gooder,
good.
gooder and gooder, honey. That's what we're doing now.
Celebrate you.
Celebrate you, and then, be genuine and be authentic with who you are, so that people are attracted, so you don't have to put on airs and put on fronts and wear masks, because you don't want anybody to know the real you. If you show up as the real you, that's who they're going to know, and you don't have to do anything different, because you already brought the real you to the table.
Amen.
Amen. All right, everybody. That is our show for tonight with Miss Cynthia Lewis, honey. When I tell y'all, I don't know what she was acting all shaky for, because, baby, she came in and dropped the wisdom and the knowledge. She came in and gave us what we needed to hear. Carlisa said, thank you so much for sharing, and keep it going. That is so powerful. And let me just tell y'all, I told y'all we got somebody. Vanessa said, thank you again for sharing this story with us. I can't wait to read the book. You didn't make the announcement, but she will be having a book signing this Saturday. Let everybody know where it's at and what time.
It's going to be at Capers at 3 o'clock, May 2nd. So all of you that would like a copy of the book, come out and get one, or we can order you one.
Yay! So make sure you're there so that you can support Cynthia. And if you can't be there, send some prayers up and support in the spirit, or tag her and ask her how to purchase the book so she can get a copy for you. Because I'm telling y'all, that chapter is so good. For her to be a first-time author, she did her thing for sure. Yes, 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 she did. So let me say this. Come back tomorrow. Nicoria Wilson would be our featured
Right.
author for the day. And listen, y'all know, honey, when she talked about the mask, so it was perfect setup.
Yes.
Cynthia's talking, and then she's going to come back in tomorrow. So perfect setup for the conversation. I'm so excited, Cynthia, for where God is taking us and what he's about to do.
Me
We
too.
are just
Me
getting
too.
started.
We're just getting
Just getting
started.
started.
And we
All
no
right.
stopping us now.
No stopping us now, baby. Not nobody or no one can stop us at this point. We are moving forward. All right, y'all have a good night, Cynthia.
Good
Thank
night.
you. Bye.
Bye.